Hiya, welcome to Yoga for Fibromyalgia. My name's Sarah and I'm a yoga teacher living with and healing fibromyalgia. Today's class is a beautiful restorative yoga practice for enhanced immunity. So grab all your cushions, blocks and props, and also a chair. And I'll see you in a minute. Okay, so let's get started sitting in any comfortable position. Let's just take a few moments to arrive here fully. Whatever chaos is going on in here, let's just put it to one side. It can wait. For now, we are tending to our body, mind, and spirit. And settling into the deep breaths. Check in. How are you today? What brings you to practice today? One more deep breath. And as you inhale, slowly open your eyes. Okay, so this first practice is going to be a gentle inversion using the chair, legs on a chair pose. So go ahead and get comfy lying down. If you don't have a chair, you could just prop up some cushions or fold up your duvet really thick if you've got one. We just want to elevate the legs. Place something under the head if you like. Another nice thing to do sometimes is to place something a little heavier, maybe on the hips or maybe even underneath the lower back if you've got aching lower back pain. I think I will try the lower back and see. Oh yeah, that's quite nice. So take as long as you need getting set up. Move the hair out of the way. Maybe take the glasses off. So when you arrive, begin to deeply breathe deeply. Excuse me. Deeply breathe. Breathe deeply. Feeling the benefits of the inversion. Blood, prana moving in the opposite direction. Relaxing the muscles of the face, the jaw, the whole body. If at any time the pose doesn't feel right for you, go ahead and change something. Move your arms, grab an extra cushion, remove something. This is your practice. Let's take one more deep breath in here. and an extra long breath out. Go ahead, lift the hips up, remove the prop, and hug your knees into your chest if you like, making any organic movements. And we'll roll onto our side so we can come up and prepare for our next pose. All the way up, we'll just pop the chair over to one side. Thank you so much. Okay, this next pose is it's great for our hips, supine butterfly pose. So I want to make it a bit extra yummy, so I'm gonna have something for my back, something for a heart opener as well. So if you have a bolster cushion, that's really ideal. I don't, so I'm gonna use a cushion here from my kind of chest, upper back, and a couple blocks, or maybe blocks from my chest, head cushion from my head. Sorry, my words are coming out a bit weird today. I'm a bit fibro-foggy. So it's kind of a T shape, and I'm going to keep my cushion for something else. My blanket, sorry. Whoa, I'm really getting my words mixed up. Okay, I'm going to bring my feet together. I'm going to prop under my legs straight away, so I know I want that. So what I'm actually going to do with the blanket is kind of roll it in a thin little sort of caterpillar shape and wrap it around my feet. I find that that's really nice, and try and tuck it in there so it's not going to come loose. And then when you're ready, slowly lie down. Oh, yeah. And you might want to change this if it's not working. Maybe make that one a bit higher. Yeah, that works for me. So see what works for you. So we've got a bit of a chest opener here and a hip opener. And then you can lay here with your arms by your sides. Maybe hands on the hips, or maybe in a kind of mudra, yoni mudra, and placed on the sacral chakra area, under the navel. Or maybe you want to bring your arms wide. Wherever you are, breathing nice and deeply, of course, flooding the body with oxygen, with nutrients, with prana, life force energy. During this practice, during any practice, but particularly restorative yoga, sometimes I like to connect to a mantra, because we are here holding for a few minutes each time. So notice if anything immediately jumps out to you. Maybe I am already healing. It's a beautiful one. With every breath, I am renewed. I am already healing on a physical, cellular level. My body and my immunity work for me and love me. Now, as you're in the pose, allow yourself to come into the pose. Allow the legs to soften. Maybe you feel a sense of melting, like you're just completely made up of liquid. Let's take one last deep breath in here. And a long breath out. We'll use our hands maybe to bring our legs together, knees together, feet wide. Perhaps pause there for a moment. And we can come up on the forearms and come up like this. Or another way if it's more comfortable for you. And we'll pop this to the side. And we will need a block or a cushion for the next pose, a supported bridge pose. A gentle inversion. So make your way laying down with your block. Inhale, lift the hips, place the block underneath. And we're going to keep our legs bent today, but you could of course straighten the legs out if that feels good in the hip area. You can have your arms down by your sides. You can change the height of the block, and you can use 2 blocks. The feet grounding down. Reconnecting to the breath. Let's take one last deep breath in. A long breath out. Let's inhale, lift the hips, remove the prop. Maybe just spend a moment, massage the lower back into the earth. And again, we will make our way up for our next pose, a nice hip opener. But I will give 2 options because it's quite an intense stretch. So if we're going to go for the full pose, it's called frog pose. And what we do, we definitely place some knee support, like another blanket if we want. We bring our knees, our legs parallel to the edges of the mat. And we turn the toes, so the toes on both feet are faced outwards. Already we might be feeling something. And what we begin to do is sink down. And what we can also do is come onto the forearms. like so. And what we want to do is definitely prop ourselves up with lots of cushions, so that we can just hang there in frog pose. And yes, there's a deep stretch, but there's no pain or pinching. That's the most important thing. If we're not feeling that today, we can change it for child pose. So child pose, feet together this time, sinking back. Again, lots of cushions here and coming down, releasing the head down. So you choose. I'm going to go for frog pose today. And everybody's will look different. So, you know, I've been practicing for a few years. So I might be pretty comfy like that with no props. But others, and, you know, also I enjoy getting myself extra comfy. Lots of cushions. What else can we do? Something for the head maybe. There we go. So I want to really make it clear, please don't try to copy my body position. My body position is just one of many, many, many different kinds of positions. If I had friends, more friends that could join and I could show you all the different poses, I would. So please don't think you have to look like this. You don't have to look like this at all. Maybe we're up here. Maybe we're in child pose. Maybe we're up here working. Maybe we're sinking down a little bit, but we're still on our hands. Maybe we've got 3-4 cushions up here, okay? Maybe 2-3 bolster cushions up here. And we're even use the chair. You could put the chair here and you could relax here on the chair. So many options. Please feel free. Something not right for me. And this is what it's about, you know. Something doesn't feel right, change it. Don't stay suffering, thinking, well, I guess this is the pose. This is what she told me to do. Maybe it's supposed to feel like this. Yes, sometimes there is a bit of discomfort. And like I always say, discomfort is okay to a point. Pain and pinching, no way. Let's take a long breath in and a long breath out. Let's slowly come up. Move the props over to one side. And come off of our pose. Maybe you want to straighten the legs out in front, give them a little shake, a little rub. Fantastic. Next we're going to go and use our wall for legs up the wall pose. So you will need to move a couple of things. And I'm going to place a blanket down like so. And that should be enough for my whole body. Okay, so we come on down. And you don't have to get super close to the wall. Your legs can be at an angle like so. Only if you want to. You can get your sitting bones really close to the wall, but I'm happy like this today. You can also place things like a cushion behind, another cushion. Yeah, like that. So now it's really soft. And relax. Take some deep breaths and just be here. Allow yourself to be here and now. Let's take a deep breath in together. And a deep breath out together. We can roll onto one side to get up. Slowly making our way up to our last pose. Yeah, this is our last pose really before Shavasana, and seated forward fold. So I'm going to definitely prop the backs of my legs with a cushion. Maybe even something between there too. It could be kind of nice. Yeah. Yeah, so you prop yourself up here. Lots of cushions. We don't need to come and grab the toes here. There's a restorative forward fold. So we just relax down. Keep the legs nice and relaxed. Maybe you want to rest on your forearms like this. It's pretty nice. And we can still breathe here. Or maybe you want to do something else. Go ahead. If something's not working for you, go ahead and make some changes. Maybe you want to sit up on a cushion. That can help. Lift the hips up. Feels really good. Maybe you do want to grab the toes, but you don't have to. It's no big deal. Maybe something for the head here. That's pretty good. Just kind of experiment, you know, see what works. Be careful not to clench or hold in your teeth or your jaw. Get the jaw nice and loose. Relax the legs, the backs of the legs, the fronts of the legs. Relax the knees. Relax the whole back. Let's take a deep breath in together. And a long breath out. Slowly, let's come up. Move the props over to one side. And we will come into Shavasana, of course, to completely relax the whole body. If you've got a weighted blanket, that would be lovely. I must get one of those. Come on down in Shavasana. Maybe you'd like a prop for your head. Maybe you're okay. Now, I recommend staying in your Shavasana at least 3 to 5, if not 10 minutes, if not longer. But I know we've all got stuff to do, things to do. But if you can, if you've got the time, it's not wasted, I promise. Relaxing all of the muscles of the body, all of the body relaxed. It's just like after a run. Not that I run, but you have to rest. And you have all that lactic acid build up. I remember I used to get cramps a lot. Yoga is the same thing. Even though we've done really non-intensive yoga, it's still the same thing. Still need to rest. Still need to let the, how can I say, like we need to absorb the nutrients, and then all the stuff that we don't need, we need to allow time for the body to kind of work out that it doesn't need it and let it out. And I like to imagine I'm laying on the earth and all that stuff I don't need anymore is draining out of me. But if I get up and go straight away, I'll be carrying all that stuff with me. And we don't want to do that. So let it drain out. Okay, sweet friends, I will leave you here. Have a beautiful rest of your day. I'm honored that you chose to practice with me. Namaste.